So next problem tayo, problem number 7. Sabi dito, the aluminum rod AB with G equivalent to 27 gigapascal is bonded to a brass rod BD with G equivalent to 39 gigapascal. Knowing that portion CD of the brass rod is hollow and has an inner diameter of 40 mm, determine the angle of twist at A. So ang tinatanong sa atin ay yung angle of twist daw at A. So fix na yung support natin dito unlike kanina, no? So yan is symbol for fix. Kanina kasi free lang yon, okay? So dito, i-drawing natin. So we have here a shaft na papalaki. Oops, rectangle na lang. Okay, we have here a small shaft and we have here a bigger one. Malaki na, yan. Okay. Then, yung shaft na to, merong maliit na rectangle sa loob. Yun yung hollow. Okay. May hollow part yung shaft natin. Yan. So, then, meron tayong fixed support naman dito sa end. Then, apply natin yung mga torque na meron tayo. So, at point A, may counterclockwise tayo. So, palayo with 800 Newton meter. Take note, our consign convention, positive pa rin yung papunta sa kanan, which is clockwise. Okay, next. Dito kay point B, meron din tayong applied torque na 1,600 Newton meter, and that is also counterclockwise, no? Then, therefore, meron tayo ngayong reaction dito. So, yung reaction natin, kukontrahin yung dalawa. So, that is 1,600 plus 800. Meron tayong 2,400 Newton meter na reaction dito. Alright. So, i-plot na natin yung ating graph. Yung ating torque diagram. Pwede naman kayong mag-section, no? Okay lang din mag-section. So, dito, meron tayong negative 800. So, pababa. Oops, masyadong malaki. Litan lang natin. So, we have here a negative 800 Newton meter. Walang additional load, so horizontal lang tayo. Then, at this point, meron tayong 1,600. So, pababa tayo. Sobrang baba na to. We have here negative 2,400. Walang additional load. So, dito, meron tayong positive 2 for closing out our torque diagram to 0. Okay? So, therefore, yung torque natin at this point, let me just write the points. This is point A, point B, point C, and point D. Yung torque natin kay point A, that is negative 800 Newton meter. Yung torque natin dito kay point B to C or segment B to C is negative 2,400 Newton meter. Ganon din naman yung ating torque kay CD. The torque on CD is negative 2,400 Newton meter. So, okay na tayo sa mga torque. Ang tanong ng problem is, determine the angle of twist of A. Gaano daw ka-twisted si A? So, kung magdodrawing tayo ng another reference line, again, hindi necessary i-drawing si reference line. Ano? Ang kailangan lang natin kay reference line ay makita ninyo kung paano nagde-deform. Uy. Ay, ayaw. Ne. Ah, ayaw. Dito na lang sa baba, ayaw niya sa taas. So imagine niyo yung line na to ay nandito sa may at nandito sa ating shop. So kapag ka nag-twist yung 1/6, ang tendency ng 1/6 na yan or una dito muna sa first part, yung line natin na to, and Mag-drawing ako na isa pa. Yung line natin na to at first part, magti-twist siya towards this direction kasi meron tayong negative 2, 4. So, iaangat niya yung shaft natin. That is a counterclockwise rotation. So, pipihitin niya to paangat dito. Next, meron tayo ditong another 2, 4. So, aangat na naman yung shaft natin. And then, meron tayong another dito. So, aangat ulit yung shaft natin. So, umaangat yung shaft natin. Basically, yung line natin sa shaft umaangat ng umaangat. Ito yung angle of twist dito. Tapos dito naman may another angle of twist ka. And then dito may another angle of twist ka. Okay? So ang gagawin ngayon natin ay para makuha natin yung angle of twist nito, we have to take the summation of angle of twist from A to D. Okay? That is the problem on that is the question of this problem. All right. So let's do this. Kunin muna natin yung angle of twist ng papunta muna tayo dito ng C with respect to D. So that is TL over JG pa rin, no? Yan laman ng formula ng angle of twist. So we have the torque na 2,400. Okay? Ang length ng segment natin na to ay 250 or 0.25 meter rather, 0.25 meter. Divided by, hollow ito. Hollow siya na ang diameter ay 60. Tapos, hollow natin, ang diameter naman ng nasa loob ay 40. So, kunin natin yung polar moment of inertia. So, yung polar moment of inertia natin for CD, since hollow siya, is pi over 32 ng ang outer diameter natin ay 60. Convert natin to meter. 60, okay, over 1,000 raised to 4 minus yung inside natin ay 40 over 1,000 raised to 4. Pwede rin kayong gumamit ng millimeter, ano? Okay? So, okay lang din gumamit naman ng millimeter. Next, our G is given by the problem. We have 39 gigapascal. This is for segment B to D. Okay, 39 gigapascal tayo. So, multiplied by 39 times 10 raised to 9 Newton per meter squared. Okay? So, ang ating angle of twist ng point C with respect to D is 2,400 times 0.25 divided by pi over 32 times 60 over 1,000 raised to 4 minus 40 over 1,000 raised to 4 times 39 times 10 to 9. Igawin na natin itong degrees by multiplying to 180 over 5 times 180 over 5. We have 0.86 degrees lang. Okay? So, 0.86 degrees. 0.863 degrees. Next, puntahan naman natin yung next segment natin. We have C, angle of twist ng B with respect to C. By the way, ang ating direction dito ay counterclockwise yung ating rotation, no? So, counterclockwise, aangat yung ating beam. So, baliktad yata yung notation, yung ginawa kong figure kanina. But anyways, the direction will still govern. So, for our C or our B with respect to C, pareho din, mababago lang yung ating polar moment of inertia kasi pareho silang brass. Okay? So, pareho silang brass, pareho ng G. Yun nga lang, this one, si C to B ay solid. Okay? So, that is 2,400 pa rin and ang length na lang niya ay 0.375 meter. 5. Divided by our polar moment of inertia now is pi over 32, 60 over 1,000 na lang raised to 4. Okay? Multiplied by our G na 39 times 10 raised to 9. So, our sigma B over C is, theta rather, we have 24,000 times 0.375 over I over 32 times 60 over 1,000 raised to 4 times 39 times 10 to 9. We have convert na natin sa degrees. We have times 180 over pi. Then the answer is 1.039 degrees. And this is still counterclockwise kasi negative, ano? Okay? And lastly, for our segment AB, yung angle of twist naman natin kay AB will be, yung stress natin ay yung ating torque is 800. 800 times the length na 400 or 0.4. 0.4 meter divided by pi over 32. Ang kanyang diameter ay 36. 36 over 1,000 raised to 4 times ang kanya ngayong G ay 27 gigapascal. 27 times 10 raised to 9 gigapascal. Again, convert na natin to degrees. So, 180 over pi radians. So, our angle of twist is 800 times 0.4 over pi over 32 times 36 over 1,000 times raised to 4 times 27 times 10 to 9 times 180 over 5. We have 4.11118 degrees. So, the angle of twist ng point A with respect to D is negative 0.863 degrees minus 1.039 degrees minus 4.118 degrees. So, our angle of twist will be negative 0.863 minus 1.039 minus 4.118. We have a negative 6.02 degrees. Yung negative na yan, it's just mean na counterclockwise yung rotation natin. So, kung ito yung shaft natin, ayaw mo pindot. Kung ito yung shaft natin at point A, ayaw niya maklik. Okay, so kung ito yung shaft at ito yung line kanina na dinraw natin, this is our point A, let's say point A, ano. Okay, so ang nangyari, nag-rotate tayo counterclockwise, so yung point A natin ay lumipat dito. So this is our angle of twist at A with respect to D. So dito na napunta ngayon yung ating angle of twist. Okay, so ito na ngayon si A prime, which is equivalent to 6 degrees, 6.02 degrees. Again, yung negative hindi ibig sabihin na pababa siya. Yung negative just means na counterclockwise yung rotation natin dahil ang positive natin kanina ay clockwise. Alright? And that's it for this problem. See you on the next one. Next problem tayo, sample problem number 8. Sabi dito, a hole is punched at A in a plastic sheet by applying a 600 Newton force P to the end of D of the lever CD, which is rigidly attached to a solid cylindrical shaft BC. Design specification requires that the displacement of D should not exceed 15 mm from the time the punch first touches the plastic sheet to the time it actually penetrates. So determine the required diameter of BC if the shaft is made of steel with a G equivalent to 77 gigapascal and tau of 80 megapascal. Alright, so si dito, ang value daw ng force P natin ay 600 Newton. Then, sabi ng problem, ang displacement lang daw dapat ng D kapag ka ipinunch natin ito. Pag daw ipinunch natin, yung displacement lang daw dapat ng point na to is 15 mm. Okay? So, and then according to the problem also, we have a G equivalent to 77 gigapascal and our shear stress is 80 megapascal. Now, Ang tinatanong ng problem, what is the required diameter? Ano daw yung ating magiging diameter ng shaft BC considering this 2? Alright, so ano yung mangyayari dito? Sabi ng problem, meron daw tayong dalawang limitations. Una, meron tayong allowable shear stress, tapos hindi raw dapat lalagpas ng 15 mm yung ating rotation dito. So magkakaroon basically ng moment dito. Okay? May moment na magpupush dahil dun sa force P. At yung value ng ating moment na yan, that is the torque. So in this case, kapag in-isolate natin yung ating shaft, parang magiging beam yan, yung itong lever arm C to D. So point C to point D, parang magiging beam yan na may applied load na P, tapos 300 mm, and dito sa side na to, naka-fix siya. Fix yan. Yan yung isang example ng fix. Naka-weld siya or nakadikit siyang maigi. So, ang tendency ngayon, since may force dito, magkakaroon dito ng reaction. So, yung reaction natin na yan, that is equivalent to T, which is force times the distance na 300 mm. Since yung force daw natin ay 600 Newton, okay, so our force P is 600 Newton. Therefore, the torque applied is 600 times 300 mm, or the torque is 180,000. Take note of the unit. This is Newton millimeter kasi Newton ito. Alright? So, yan yung torque natin. Now, pag inilipat naman natin siya doon sa shaft, ito ngayon yung cross-section area ng bilog na to sa shaft. Ang tendency nito, yung reaction natin, di ba, mapapalit yung direction. So, ito ngayon yung torque natin na equivalent to 180 Newton. Gawin ko ng millimeter ito, Newton meter. So, yung shaft BC natin, ang nararanasan niya ay 100 Newton meter counterclockwise. At according to the problem, dapat daw ang displacement lang nito ay 15 millimeter. So, basically, ang mangyayari ay, ba't ba nag-auto-correct? Nag-auto-connect siya dun sa ano. Ayan. So, basically, ang nangyayari ay merong angle dito kung saan siya ay nagkaroon ng deformation. At yung angle na yan, yung pagtitwist dito, di ba, nandito yung bilog. Yan. Yung bilog na to is actually, ito yan, yung center. So, that is the same angle dito. Okay? Yan din yung angle of twist dito. So basically, we can identify our angle of twist based on the 15 mm deformation. I-magnify ko to para makita natin ng maigi. The size. Okay? So ang nangyari ay ito yung ating angle of twist, which that angle of twist is also itong angle of twist na ito dito. Okay? So we can solve this using triangle, di ba? So we have here a length na 300 mm. So in this case, pwedeng ang assumption natin ay magiging maliit lang naman yung angle. So ito ay rigid pa rin. This is 300 mm, this is 300 mm. So ito ay we can use tangent. So, tangent theta, we can neglect this one na 300 mm ito, okay? So, tangent theta is opposite na 15 mm over the width na 300 mm. Okay? So, our theta is inverse tangent ng 15 over 300 na adjacent. We have angle equivalent to 2.86862 degrees. So, ito yung same angle of twist na nararanasan ng shaft na yan dito. Kasi kung lalakihan natin yan, di ba? Ito yung beam niyan. Ito yung nakakonect na beam. So, yung beam natin magde-deflect papunta rito. Kaya meron tayong theta na 2.862 degrees. Okay, so we have two limitation. Ang unang limitation ay stress, pangalawa ay 2.862 degrees naman daw yung ating angle of twist. So unahin natin yung stress. So base tayo muna on allowable stress. So kung allowable stress ang pinag-uusapan, since solid shaft naman daw si BC, solid shaft naman yung BC na to, therefore we can use the formula 2T over pi r cube. Ang ating stress ay 80 megapascal, that is 80, or i-transpose na natin pala muna, we have torque equivalent sa tau pi r cube over 2. So our torque now is, our stress is 80 Newton per millimeter squared. Tinranspose ko na para madali lang mag-cancel, times pi. Then our radius is, my God, radius yung hinahanap. Hindi hindi torque, nasanay tayo ng torque. So radius pala yung hinahanap natin. So kunin natin, we have how R is cube root ng 2t over pi times tau. So our R, the radius now is cube root of 2 multiplied by the applied torque na nakuha na natin, 180 Newton millimeter. 180 times 10 to 3 Newton millimeter. Kulang, kinapos. Okay, divided by pi. Then our stress is 80 megapascal. So that is 80 Newton per millimeter squared. So cancel ito, aangat yung millimeter doon, nagiging millimeter cube. So our answer should be in millimeter. So we have 2 times 180 times 10 to 3 over pi times 80. We have here 11.27. So we have 11.27 272 millimeter. So ang diameter ng shaft natin is, i-multiply na lang natin to sa 2. We have 22.545 millimeter. This is based on the stress. Puntahan naman natin sa based on angle of twist. Paano naman kung angle of twist yung mag-govern? Sabi natin, angle of twist is equivalent sa talong ni Joshua Garcia. Okay. But since solid yung shaft natin, meron tayong torque, may length naman na given yung problem, may modulus of rigidity at meron tayong theta. So J is equivalent to TL over theta G. Okay, so our J, polar moment of inertia, is solid siya. So, pi over 32 d raised to 4. That is equal to TL over theta G. So, our D is fourth root naman ito. Fourth root ng 32 TL over pi theta G. Take note, yung theta natin dapat naka-radians ito. Ang nakuha natin value ay degree. So, i-convert muna natin ito. So, kapag ni-radians natin ito, 2.862 times pi over 180, this one is 0.04995 radians. Okay? So, substitute the value. Our D is the fourth root of 32. Ang torque natin ay 180,000 Newton millimeter. So, pwede tayong mag-stick sa Newton millimeter na lang kung gusto ninyo. Pwede rin namang meter kagaya ng ginawa natin on the previous problem. Ang length naman natin ngayon ay 500 millimeter. 500 millimeter divided by our pi. Our theta is nakuha natin ng 0.04995. And then, ang modulus of rigidity natin is 77 gigapascal. So, that is 77 times 10 raised to 3 Newton per millimeter squared. Cancellation of unit. So, yung 2 millimeter matatanggal. Sorry. Hindi sila matatanggal but rather magiging millimeter raised to 4 sila. Yung Newton lang yung maaalis natin. So, square root ito ng Newton. Fourth root ito ng millimeter raised to 4th. So, our D is fourth root ng 32 times 180 times 10 to 3 times 500. Lagyan natin ng parenthesis para sure. Divided by pi times 0.04995 times 77 times 10 to 3 megapascal. So, we have 22.0955 millimeter. So, meron tayong dalawang diameter. Actually, halos magkapareho naman sila. So, we can say that our governing diameter, kung ang nasa choices ay 23, we choose 23 millimeter na diameter na. Okay? And that is the answer for this problem.